We're gonna hug you now.
All right, let's bring it in for the hug.
Bring it in. You're getting the real deal.
This is what a hug sounds like. Yeah.
Daisy
All right.
thinks we suck.
This is what it is. Bringing the lovers into the band.
You smell so much better than me.
I was just gonna say that.
All right. Smelling good.
A better
Versace.
Alrighty. Hey guys, we're here with Silent Planet. I'll have the band introduce themselves and what they do for the band first, and then we'll get underway with the questions. So here we go.
Mitchell, I play guitar.
We can just pass this around because.
My name is Igor. I play guitar as well.
My name's Garrett, and I holler into things that look like this.
But bigger.
But larger.
Thomas, and I play bass and sing.
Woo. Okay. So first question is about the band's name. I've heard it comes from a C.S. Lewis book, and so basically I just want to know like where it comes from, what the meaning of it is, and why it's important to you guys enough to name your band after it. Who wants to take this one?
You heard... Oh.
Guess Garrett Russell story.
You heard correctly. It does come from a C.S. Lewis book. And I think we named it after that because all of our other band names started with prepositional phrases, and we didn't want to be another prepositional phrase band. Which is funny because the actual book is out of the Silent Planet. So it would have been very easy to be a prepositional phrase band, but we prepositioned our way out of it and just come up with Silent Planet, a few college nerds. And that was 6 years ago, so I can't really put you in the mental state I was in because, I don't know, that was a while ago. But our first photos were with Otter Pops just staining our face and with our scene haircuts, so... Things were different back then. You know, Bush was still president. Actually, no, he wasn't. Never mind. Barack Obama's been president for 8 years now, 7 years. But I think my point is our band name is Silent Planet.
All right. So, in preparing for this interview, I looked at pretty much your whole album worth of songs and the way that you guys have references and footnotes in the description on YouTube. And I noticed that, like, there's a ton of quotes and references to books and stuff. So what would your guys' favorite books be? Like, just your favorite book that has had the biggest impact.
Like individually?
Or, yeah, like if any of you have one that
down the line.
you want to, like, share.
Yeah, mine's probably different than most people's.
Yeah. That's what I'm hoping.
Brave New World by Aldous Huxley is probably my favorite book. I've read it.
I read that in, like, 10th grade.
Yeah, I've read it like maybe 5 or 6 times, and every time like I keep figuring out more things about it that just kind of blow my mind. It's really good. Yeah.
There's this Russian writer. His name is Sergei Yesenin. He's writes a lot of really weird stuff. I don't know. When I was in school, I was just kind of made to read a bunch of stuff that I didn't really understand, and then I think after a while, growing up and reading it, it's really cool. He writes a lot of really interesting stuff. A lot of poetry, mostly, I guess. Yeah.
My favorite book is probably also from a Russian. It's called The Brothers Karamazov, and it's by good old Dostoevsky. And yeah, I like a whole lot of other ones too. But those are in the sub footnotes of the album. But I like that one a lot.
Favorite book I've read, probably in like the last year, is a writer by Shane Claiborne, Irresistible Revolution, and it's nothing like a scholar. He's not like a scholar, like writer or anything. He literally is just all about love, and he has a cool story to tell in that book. So I like Mad Libs. I like the dictionary, encyclopedia.
Mad Libs.
You know, so those are my faves.
Choose your own adventure books. Do you remember those? Do you remember those books? I don't know if you had those, Igor. Did you ever see those? Oh, yeah. Yeah, see, before we had video games, no, not before we had video games, but there was these choose your own adventure books, and all the kids wanted to get that because it would be like, okay, you're walking down this hallway and a monster's chasing you. Do you go to your left or right? If you go to your left, turn to page 42. If you want to go to your right, turn to page like 58. And Yeah, and you could choose what you did. You know what I mean? It was an interactive book. Well, I mean, it was within a binary, but most people caught within modernistic consumer thinking are caught in a binary, you could say, of either or. Anyways, that's how we do our presidential elections, you know. But anyways, you'd be like, you know, which door do I take? So those were cool too. Choose your own adventure.
Okay, my next question actually goes off of what Thomas said, and it has to do with, I was going through some of your Facebook posts, and in all of them, when you directly address your fans, you call them lovers, and that kind of has to do with what you were just talking about. So, I don't know, what's up with that? Any explanation?
What isn't up with that?
I'm curious.
You know what I mean?
Let's hear.
Yeah, I think that kind of has to do with, I guess, like most bands nowadays tend to just think of their listeners as kids or fans and call them that and everything. And we don't really believe that that's the right way to go about it, because with our band and the message being what it is, people are more than just a kid who likes our music or an adult who likes our music or a fanatic of our music, you know. And we believe that the people that listen to our music and connect with it are more so connecting with the underlying idea of like kind of universal love that goes throughout it. So I don't know, it's a way to kind of connect with people on a deeper level, because you're not just like ridiculing them as like subhuman fans or kids or, you know, people who don't really have like anything valid to say or think. It's just kind of our way of, you know, elevating them to the place that they actually are, which is lovers. Yeah.
Nice. Okay, so, all right, let's have some more.
Give it to me, Tommy.
So when I first joined the band in 2012, Garrett and I were talking about kind of like the vision of the band and like what we feel for these people paying their money to come to shows and like pouring their hearts out, screaming the lyrics, blah, 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 you know, goals and stuff. But the main thing that stuck out to me was we want to break the barrier between fans and band, if that makes sense. Like, because there's a stage, we're up on that stage, so automatically people put you on like this pedestal, right? But it's kind of stupid, because we're like, if you knew us, we're no one. Like we're nobodies. Like we're normal people, just like everyone else. So to be able to break that barrier is like possibly the best goal we could possibly have. Possibly.
So my next question goes back to also some ways that I've heard that you guys interact with fans, and I see it here too with the sunflower tattoo on the foot, and tons of pictures of sunflowers on Facebook, especially from like closer to when the band was like first getting started. What's the story behind the sunflower stuff?
Sunflower is a international symbol of nuclear disarmament, I guess. And so it has been kind of portraying that, as well as I think Garrett also has some sort of other motive behind a sunflower. Is that correct, Garrett?
Yeah. Yes, it is.
What is it?
Oh, you want to know more? Well, I think I've always been really struck by the idea that sunflowers follow the movement of the sun throughout the day. And someone who's very dear to me did a entire art show early on when the band was starting about the movements of sunflowers and bees and kind of how all living matter is connected. And that really stuck with me, and particularly the sunflower, especially when I found out what Igor just said, which is why it came up so much in our music videos, which are kind of dealing with issues of war-related things.
I heard you guys used to give them out at shows.
When we could still afford it.
Yeah, but
On tour, like, you just can't really do that every day.
Yeah, we before we played a show, before there was a show every night, that was a thing. And still, there's been times when like we've found flowers or people have brought them to shows, but it's not as easy to come upon when you play a show every day. So a lot of times you're just driving 12 hours and going straight to the venue. And maybe we should stop for flowers more often and pick them, but yeah.
I actually really like that symbol as well. I'm from Russia, and I was born there and grew up most of my life there. And Russia and America, you know, always had that whole Cold War thing going on and stacking up on nukes and, you know, kind of trying to flex their muscles. And
Still happening, dude.
Still happening. It's
Now
so
me and you.
yeah.
Oh boy.
Come on now. So
Igor,
legal.
2015.
Oh, yes. But, I guess I have like a pretty personal way of seeing how certain misconceptions and brainwashing on both ends that create, completely ridiculous assumptions of other cultures and people. And, nukes are just freaking stupid. Everybody's trying to gain control of this world, and I think that it should stop now.
Sunflowers. Okay, so going off the whole nuclear idea, in the past of the band, your first EP had a lot to it was all about stories from World War II. How did you guys decide that was the theme that you were going to go with for the album, and pick those stories to basically write about and tell the story of?
What really happened is we had half of The Night God Slept written and recorded, and it was we were going on tour and we were out of CDs. This is totally a not cool answer. We were out of Come Wind Come Weather EPs, and we were like, hey, there's an EP before that, and we were out of that, and we're like, let's make a new one, since this album's taking forever. And it kind of just so happened that the songs that were furthest along, I realized all happened in 1944 and 45 and 46, which was pretty weird to wake up and realize that. So I would love to say that I just totally planned it out, but it was totally something else. Yeah, it was cool that it worked out that way. And then we put that out. And then finally someone's like, hey, I like your music, for the first time ever. It was my mom. Yeah, she texted me. It's cool. She learned how to text recently.
Nice. Okay, so figuring that out, so did you guys not, because The Night God Slept also has a ton of historical themes on it and stuff, did you guys from the beginning kind of decide that you wanted to have these historical ideas and quotes and references and all this stuff in it? Or did that just kind of happen while you were writing it? Anybody?
Yeah, we did it on Come Wind Come Weather. It showed up like that. Come Wind Come Weather wasn't particularly historical events, but it was along those lines. I feel like I'm gonna lick your hand, which is something that happens too. Just we try to keep that off camera. So we used to do that in our older stuff as well. And then I was really struck by this story of Madame Rufanche that's in Tiny Hands. So Tiny Hands was the first song to be written on the album. And quite a while ago, actually. That was back in December 2012 when I wrote that. So Tiny Hands is kind of what all started it, I guess I would say. And then we went further from there. Fun fact, we released Tiny Hands as a single on the same day that Igor's old band released their last single called Muddy York. And Muddy York is probably a better song than Tiny Hands, but
It's actually not true at all. No, Muddy York is a...
Google it. You can just Google Muddy York.
Yeah, don't do that.
No, Muddy York is a nickname for Toronto, where I currently reside. Toronto, Canada, and apparently back in the day they couldn't build roads in Canada because they're from Canada and they can't build roads, and it was muddy. So that's it.
Muddy version of New York.
Heck yeah, dude.
Is that why?
Yeah, you should totally Google that.
All right, it's up to the viewers' discretion whether they want to Google this or not. All right, this is gonna be one of my last questions, and it goes to Thomas, and it has to do with the accident that you were in over a year ago now, right? With the pretty much with the drunk driver. But I don't know, do you want to just tell that story and maybe some of the aftermath of it and what happened and stuff?
Yeah. I'm getting pretty good at this storytelling now.
Do a lot of people ask?
Yes.
I'm trying to ask questions that haven't been asked too many times.
No, I like telling it. It's
no
cool.
one's ever asked us in an interview. Just kids
Yeah,
show.
that's true.
Okay.
So
Cool, yeah.
awesome. February 17th of 2014, I was riding my bicycle in my hometown, good old Bakersfield, California. Just riding to the store, actually, and I was in the bike lane. It was at nighttime, and I got hit by the way, I had lights, helmet, all that good stuff. Cyclist, so wear your helmet.
Even has a cycling tattoo.
I do. Do I? I do. I don't.
No.
I do. No, I don't.
Coffee tattoo.
Yeah, I do. Anyways, so just riding along, and apparently really a crazy driver from the witnesses said they saw him strike me at a pretty quick distance, which actually ended up to be 65 miles per hour. I flew from my bike to where I landed was 165 feet. And yeah, I woke up to a police officer asking me a couple questions, and I was in a daze, kind of like in a dream. And then, I was kind of in and out going to the hospital, but I ended up having 6 broken bones on my left side of my body, which is weird because I should have had them everywhere. And then I do not have an L2 anymore, so I have metal rods holding my spine together.
Did your back get broken?
Yeah.
Oh, dang.
Oh, most definitely. There's literally no. So spine, right? There's one, my L2, no, gone.
Wow.
Just so there's rods literally holding my spine together. Like, it's really sore right now. It's always sore.
That's why we call them hot rods.
Yeah. But yeah, after that, I just really had to figure out how to live life broken and slow down, which is really hard for me because, I brush my teeth fast, I walk fast, I talk fast. That's a normal thing, but that, I couldn't move. I literally was stuck in a bed for over a month, and, when the boys came and visited me, we went out and had a little cigarette outside of the hospital. My mom was pissed about that, but it was good. It was good times. I saw a lot of people, a lot of community, a lot of people wanting to love on me, and then I also saw, who I thought were friends just didn't care. So it was really, it was kind of like traumatizing. Yeah, got hit by, almost died, but it was also really, 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 really good for me. So I'm very blessed and thankful to be alive because I shouldn't. So grace is good. God is good all the time.
I know you guys are a Christian band, so did that have
Oh,
impact
dude.
on the faith?
Oh, totally. It tested it. Sometimes I was angry. Sometimes I was just really thankful. But that's being a human, I guess. So, yeah, that's kind of it in a nutshell.
Crazy.
Still in trial with the guy.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
What did he do after he hit you?
Ran?
Oh, he didn't stick around.
No.
Now he's blaming it on the dude who was riding shotgun.
Who was passed out, drunk, or whatever. Yeah. I don't know. I didn't see anything. I blacked out of the whole thing.
Yeah.
So, still in trial. But,
He owes Tommy a few dollars.
yeah. It's actually,
Just a few bucks.
Seems so.
we'll talk about that off the interview.
Hopefully he buys Thomas a burrito or something.
Yeah.
At least a burrito.
Yeah,
At least a burrito.
Maybe some chips too.
But,
That'll be it.
yeah. That would be it.
All
Thank
right.
you for asking.
Yeah, no, I saw the post on Facebook, and I've been wondering just about some details, I guess. All right, pretty much last question. So you guys this is the first day of your tour right now with Dayseeker. What about after that? What are you guys' plans? You're signed to Solid State. I don't know, let's hear what's next. Tours, albums, music videos.
Plan to rock the earth.
Yeah.
So
Drop the mic. We won't drop your mic, but that would be great. Rock the earth. Just throw it on the ground.
Well, so we're doing this little headliner tour, and then we are going on tour with a band called Gideon, Texas in July, and Kublai Khan for our hot sec. And then we're coming home, and then there's a bunch of unannounced stuff. That's really cool.
I have a jury duty date.
Want to announce one of them?
Come on.
Want to tell them what we're doing in July? Exclusive.
Yeah.
When is that getting announced?
I don't know.
Is that? But the thing. Okay.
Should we announce? Let's just
No.
say it. Just say
I
it.
don't think so.
Just say it.
It's your call. I can only announce
Okay.
a couple.
We're going to a country that's not this country, and it's not the one above us or below us.
Definitely not the one below us.
Clues. So we're giving clues.
We're giving clues.
If anybody knows anything about Mitchell, this goes out to this demographic. We are going to a country that Mitchell really likes. The culture that he loves, the people, the food. Mostly the people.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Great people. Great food. That's not how you say it.
I don't think
You
that's
can't say it
it
backwards. You just kind of said it.
You said Napanj. Where is the N in the beginning of?
That's the end.
No, there's.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is Igor Efimov and Silent Planet Crew. We'll rock your earth.
Igor Efimov and the Silent Planet.
Signing out.
Bye. Sorry.
So sorry we're in here.
All right. No.
We're gonna hug
See-
you now.
All right, let's bring it in for the hug.
Bring it in.
You're getting the real deal.
This is what a hug sounds like. Yeah.
Daisy
All right.
thinks we suck.
This is what it is. Bringing the lovers into the
You
band.
smell so much better than me.
I was just gonna say that.
All right. It's
You're
smelling
just
good.
like a better.
Versace?
All right, guys. So make sure you buy Silent Planet's new album, The Night God Slept. Catch them on tour with Dayseeker and in their upcoming tour in the country that they totally didn't just give to all of us.
And we just got signed to Victory Records.
Yeah, party. All right, guys. Thanks so much. See you later.